Okay, you're not going to like my answer, but let's go for it. Is there anything that can be done about a special education classroom not having a certified teacher since the beginning of the school year? All students are on the spectrum. Okay, we are having a problem, and I don't know what state you're in, but we are having a problem nationwide with not having enough educators. And so, because of that, many states are putting in emergency provisions to where they are allowing non-certified teachers to be teachers in class. Now, at the same time, I've talked about this before, guys. There is no magic formula for having a certification. Okay? That doesn't magically make you competent. It doesn't magically make you smart. It doesn't magically make you compassionate and merciful and understanding. It doesn't make you a good teacher. So I don't put a lot of stock in whether somebody has a certification, a license, or anything like that, because the things that go into what makes a great teacher is the same thing that goes into what makes a good employee, what makes a good attorney, what makes a good doctor. All of those things aren't necessarily tied to whether they have a license or not. Whether you passed some certification, you took enough classes in college, that doesn't make you a good human being. It doesn't make you moral. It doesn't make you ethical. And, I have some of my kids are homeschooled. And I can tell you my wife does a tremendous job. Now she's college educated, but at the same time, my kids also have gone to co-ops, homeschool co-ops, where the classes are taught by other parents. And not all of them, have some magic degree and they're not certified in teaching. But yet my children have benefited and they have loved those classes and they have learned so much. Because learning isn't necessarily attached to some piece of paper saying you're certified. Now I know that may be something that proves to be offensive to some people, especially those that have certifications, that somehow think it is a magic bullet. I don't. Like I said, I think that we as human beings need to put far more stock and so much more priority into whether or not the teacher has a passion for teaching. Not necessarily on the certification, whether they have a crown or not, or whether they have, medals on their chest. I want to know, are they passionate about what they're teaching? Do they love what they do? Now, it's hard in our current education environment, to sort of love what you do as a teacher because you're so hamstrung to where you can't really even teach in your class anymore because you're teaching toward a test. All right, so, the morale's low by and large because of these restrictions to where our teachers aren't free to teach. Are they loving? Do they have a good demeanor? Those things, especially in a class full of autistic kids. Patience, because the training can come in from outside. Having a good, let's say a good ethical board certified behavior analyst coming in, having, a good reading interventionist come in, a speech language pathologist come in to help support that teacher, certified or not, ends up having a much greater impact. But to nail down that question, it depends on what state you're in and whether the state has adopted emergency policies to where they're giving exclusions because we're trying to fill spots because we just simply don't have enough educators. So it just sort of depends.